Welcome to the DAYnamics Show. I'm Mariana, your host and guide, here to help you reconnect with the life you're meant to live every single day. And that's why the day in DAYnamics is capitalized, to remind you that living dynamically isn't a one-time choice, it's a daily commitment to yourself. Here we believe there's no one-size-fits-all approach to life. Instead, we explore endless possibilities to help you design a life that truly supports you, your evolution, your expression, your preferences, and what serves you best in each moment. You're here for a reason, and together we'll uncover what that is. Today is our discussion recording, and I'm so blessed to have a guest with us. You've heard her voice before. Let me introduce her, Makoda.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
If you don't know who Makoda is at this point, you can go to DAYnamicsSeries.com and go under About Us, Meet Us, and you'll learn all about her adventures. If you've heard her, then you know exactly a bit of her background and everything that she's done to support both Dynamics Series and Kid Dynamics. So we thank you for that, Makoda.
Thank you.
Yeah. The discussion we're exploring today in the subject matter is relationship dynamics. Now, if you've been following us along, we've been focused this year on all the dynamics that we have. And don't know what all the dynamics are, then please just go to the website, DynamicsSeries.com, and then hit Dynamics at top, and it'll share all of the different dynamics that we are slowly going through. We've had a few of them so far. Gratitude.
Yeah.
We're doing the relationships. Well, we're coming up to beliefs, and then wealth after that. And then I think there was one more that health. I think we did the health.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, so like I said, we're getting through them every month, and we just think it's important to focus on that since it is dynamic series, and it's a series of the different dynamics in our life. I can't wait to do dynamic education at some point with you.
That'd be very fun.
Or education dynamics. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call it yet. We're doing this because it's part of the dynamic series, and we feel like relationships are huge. So to start, Makoda, we'll just quickly ask you a question. When you think of the word relationships, what do you think of?
Many things. I think about the relationships you have with people and with yourself and with objects and situations and all of that. So it's quite a big topic.
Yeah, like we're always relating to something, aren't we? Like when you
Yes.
think about the definition of relationships, relating to something, someone, something, like that could be nature, that could be the bed that you're laying on, that could be the people that are in your life, that could be your job, that like we're always relating to something. Oh, and at this time, before we get really into it and we set the tone for this time together, I just want to also mention that I had the opportunity to do a vehicle video with my sister. Now, we may make that into a podcast, but if we don't, then you will see the link that I will put on this podcast itself, and you can go watch it. It's just me on camera. She wasn't 100% comfortable right away, but that's okay. We heard her voice, and so one of these days we'll get her on camera where she feels better about it. Relationships are big, aren't they? Like they just encompass so much.
Yeah, everything in your life is a relationship, really.
Yes. So let's just set the tone, and we always remember what we focus on expands. So let's take a moment just to center ourselves, be fully present, and listen with an open heart and mind. Given that you know the title of the show, Relationship Dynamics, can you relate to that? One topic of relationship that you have. What would you pick, Makoda?
I think the relationship with myself, really.
I mean, that's a great answer. I mean, there is no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever's relevant right now in your life. When I was looking up, all the different styles of relationships, I think I found like at least 20 or 21 of them, but none of them said relationship with yourself.
Wow. I think that's the most important, really.
Yeah. You never necessarily taught that unless you have a household that has more of a focus on that, to make it take care of yourself, have a relationship with yourself. How do you talk to yourself? How do you relate to yourself?
Yeah.
So what we're going to focus on today is talking to Makoda about, again, her answer to the question, what you think is the most important relationship that you have. And you said the one with yourself. So why don't you just share what that means and why it's sort of like your number one priority for you when it comes to relationships?
Well, I think that it's the most important one because every other relationship that you make relies, in my opinion, on your relationship with yourself. If you're not having good emotions about yourself and you're not able to talk to yourself about certain things, then it makes it a lot harder to have a positive relationship with even objects or people. If you talk to yourself negatively and you don't trust yourself and you don't believe in yourself, then it's hard to want to believe in other people or other concepts that are outside of yourself.
Yeah, that's so true. And now what do you do to nurture the relationship with yourself, Makoda? Like what do you do? Because people don't understand the importance of like how they do self, like how you talk to yourself, how you think about yourself, and you look at yourself as, you would look at maybe your relationship with your parent or relationship with your loved one or relationship with your friends and how you treat them. Do you treat yourself the same? Like, what is your feedback on that?
Well, I think the best way to nurture yourself is to be able to be okay with spending time on your own and being able to be okay with your own thoughts and your own emotions without having to focus on the relationships with other people.
Yeah, that's a really good point because when I was 17, I was like The Power of Your Subconscious Mind was one of the major books that I read first when it came to like getting into this whole empowerment stuff. And I think in one of that book or another book it said, oh, go to the movie by yourself. When have you taken yourself out on a date? When have you, like, a lot of times, like, going out just to the fast food and the drive through, but when have you actually, like, gone to a restaurant by yourself or gone to the movies by yourself? Or do you do journaling or do you talk nice to yourself? Do you do affirmative statements to yourself? What happens, something negative is happening and how do you deal with that in your life? And
Yeah, I think it's very important to be able to, if you crave wanting to go out to the movies or going out to eat, and your first idea is that you have to do it with someone else, well, there's nothing stopping you from doing it on your own. And there's no pressure to maybe eat something that you think they might like or to share the bill or any of those pressures or having to watch a movie that you don't want to. It's all things that you would like to do, and you're able to express those feelings and those emotions on your own and usually have a nice time with it, so
yeah, definitely. And then if you don't know all the relationship stuff, we have, I believe, two blogs on it. And then, like I said, the vehicle video that you'll see the link for. And then you can look at all because there's, we're talking about the relationship with ourselves, but then there's the parent relationship, the teacher relationship, your significant relationship, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and in every other version of relationship around that. There's the relationship with nature, there's the work relationship, there's it said there's teacher student or student teacher, like that's just a few of them, but I mean there was 20 or 21 of them. So
right.
like I said, because we're in relationship with everything, we're even relationship with our thoughts, because no one else thinks our thoughts, and so you have to have a relationship. There's a financial relationship, there's your health relationship, there's all of these things that you don't even realize that you're in relationship with. So
Yes, exactly, so it's a very big topic.
very big topic, like most of the dynamics topics are.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you want to say about this, because we've captured quite a bit already, and with the other resources that we are offering around this theme, then is there anything as far as last minute thing about relationships, and asking our audience, basically to think about something or if they can relate to something around relationships?
Yeah, I think that it'd be really important for you to have a good relationship with self is to just think about the last time that you were truly doing something on your own and that you enjoyed it. And what was it and how did it go? And what prompted you to take that leap to do it on your own? Because it's very easy to do things that you want to wait for people to do it with, going to the movies, eating, maybe playing a game or watching a show. But when's the last time that you just sat there not thinking about anyone else and just did something for yourself? And if you haven't in a long time, then maybe look at doing that to see how it feels.
Yes. And it might be uncomfortable a little bit at first, but if it's not, then, I mean, if it is, then that's okay, because all you're realizing, you're consciously aware of it now after listening to this podcast, that it might feel a little uncomfortable and it might not. Like, you might be completely okay with it, but the relationship with yourself is such an important thing, and I'm so glad that you were able to share it with us. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for being part of our podcast today. And so what has resonated with you most in today's episode? So just take a moment to reflect and then ask yourself, okay, what's the next step? What can I take from this podcast that can actually make me have more of a dynamic life and make me feel like I have alignment and balance and peace around relationship? Now, if it's other relationships, then again, ask yourself the same thing. What can I do to reflect on those, and what is the next step? And we have other resources on our website as well. So we challenge you to take that next action, share this episode with someone else, maybe someone that might need it, and explore the other recordings that we have, DAYnamicsShow.info or DynamicSeries.com multimedia podcast. Dive into the content. There's also that link about dynamics and exactly what that means of a person. And a quick reminder, all materials shared on the show are copyrighted and are meant for informational purposes only. So again, thank you, Makoda, for being part of this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, always a pleasure for your feedback and insight. So until next time, again, thank you for tuning into this DAYnamics show, and make it a dynamic day.
Make it a dynamic day.